The quarter-life crisis isn't just a punchline or a meme, it's a real, often silent struggle for young adults today. Forget the movie cliches of quitting jobs or buying sports cars. The real crisis is a persistent, grinding sense of being lost. For many in their 20s and early 30s, it's not a choice, it's a condition. You do everything right. College, internships, a career, but the promised stability never arrives. Instead, there's a quiet panic beneath the surface of daily life. Maya, 28, says, "I have a good job, but I'm burned out and unsure if this is what I want. It feels like everyone else has it figured out and I'm just pretending." This isn't about immaturity. It's about the pressure to build a meaningful life in a world that feels unstable. The old roadmap, school, job, house, family, feels outdated and unattainable for many. The crisis is about confronting the gap between the life you expected and the one you're living. It's the anxiety of an uncertain future and the struggle to find your footing. This isn't personal failure, it's a rational response to today's unpredictable world. The first step is to take this crisis seriously. Only then can we begin to understand and address it. We grew up as the checklist generation: good grades, college, career, success. But for many, following the steps didn't deliver the promised life. You graduate, start working, and suddenly the path disappears. Now what? The sense of being lost is overwhelming and breeds anxiety. Social media only amplifies this, showing everyone else's highlight reels. Ben, 26, shares, "I graduated with honors, but now I'm working a job unrelated to my degree just to pay bills." Every day feels like a step in the wrong direction. The emotional fallout is real confusion, shame, and constant self-doubt. You question every decision. Should I have chosen a different major? Taken another job? Admitting you're lost feels like failure, so you keep it to yourself. The weight of expectations, yours and others, becomes a heavy burden. The crisis isn't about lacking ambition, it's about the definition of success becoming blurry and out of reach. The old guarantees no longer apply, and that uncertainty is at the heart of the quarter-life crisis. Nothing defines the quarter-life crisis more than financial pressure. For many, adulthood began with student loan debt, not freedom. That debt shapes every decision: where to live, what jobs to take, even whether to dream about a home or family. Wages stagnate while living costs soar, especially in cities where jobs are. Even with a good job, you might live paycheck to paycheck, unable to save or invest in your future. Chloe, 29, says, "I'd love to become a teacher, but I can't afford more debt or a pay cut. My dreams feel hostage to my finances." Financial stress bleeds into relationships and delays major life milestones. The constant worry erodes mental well-being and optimism. The American dream feels out of reach when you're just trying to stay afloat. This isn't irresponsibility, it's economic precarity. We were told to do what you love, but most jobs are just that: jobs. The gap between the dream of a calling and the reality of work is a major source of angst. Burnout is everywhere. Constant emails, blurred work-life boundaries, and chronic exhaustion. Even if you once loved your field, burnout can drain all joy and purpose. Social media makes it worse, with endless feeds of promotions and success stories. Liam, 27, says, "I see people becoming senior director or founder while I'm still entry-level. It makes me question my worth." The pressure to find a purposeful career is overwhelming, but exhaustion makes change feel impossible. You feel like a failure for not loving your job, and comparison erodes your confidence. This leads to paralysis. You're unhappy, but searching for something new feels daunting. The search for meaning can make work feel even more meaningless. The purpose paradox is real. The more you chase the perfect career, the more elusive it becomes, and that's a recipe for constant burnout. The quarter-life crisis isn't just about jobs or money, it's a mental battle. Anxiety becomes physical racing heart, sleepless nights, constant worry. Loneliness sets in, even when surrounded by friends, because it feels impossible to admit you're struggling. Imposter syndrome creeps in, you doubt your achievements and fear being exposed as a fraud. Social media fuels this, making everyone else's life look perfect. Shame keeps you silent, convinced you're letting everyone down. This silence creates a vicious cycle of isolation and anxiety. The crisis feels personal, but it's a shared generational experience. Today's quarter-life crisis is shaped by unique global and technological pressures. Economic instability, from the 2008 crash to the COVID-19 pandemic, shattered the promise of a stable career path. The gig economy and mass layoffs replaced job security. Technology connects us, but also creates digital overload and constant comparison. We're the first to navigate adulthood with smartphones, always on and always comparing. Climate change adds existential dread. How do you plan for the future when the future feels uncertain? The pandemic intensified everything: isolation, job market chaos, and mental health struggles. All these pressures converge, making the crisis feel intense and widespread. It's not just you, it's the world you're navigating. The quarter-life crisis is a rational response to an irrational world. It's easy to see the quarter-life crisis as failure, but what if it's a turning point? This discomfort is a signal. It's time to draw a new map for your life. It's a chance to shed old expectations and define success on your own terms. Ask yourself, what truly matters to me? What kind of life do I want? Stop comparing your journey to others. Everyone's timeline is different. As Brené Brown says, comparison is the thief of joy. Focus on your own growth and celebrate small victories. Don't go through this alone. Talk to friends, family, or a therapist. You'll find others feel just as lost. Sharing your struggles builds support and normalizes the experience. This crisis isn't a sign you're broken. It's a sign you're growing. It's a messy, transformative rite of passage into authentic adulthood. It's not the end, it's the beginning of finding your own way.